Welcome back to the channel! Today we're gonna talk about a very interesting topic related to language learning, and it's because we got asked from the K-Influencer Academy 2025 to talk about our K-culture moment. And they gave us different topics that we could choose, and so I thought the most interesting one was talking about my journey with the Korean language. Yay! Because we love languages in this channel, don't we? So I'm not trying to make this story super long, but as you guys know, Korean is one of the languages that I speak in a very basic level. There were times where I was better, but they're gone now. Why Korean language? So you guys know that I like challenges. And same as I learned German because it was hard, I wanted to learn an Asian language because they're hard. And honestly, at the time, I was already a big K-drama and K-pop fan, and I would just like to watch the K-dramas without reading anything, that I can look away and still know what's going on, or maybe just sing along to some songs and know what I'm saying. And I mean, you can translate it and kind of know what it's about, but it's not the same. So it was a dream of mine to understand the K-pop songs that I love so much without needing to translate on Google or whatever. So yeah, that's when I decided maybe it's time to learn Korean. I watched some videos online about the abecedary, and it seemed like it was quite easy. And it was. I actually learned it in one day in like 5 minutes with one video that I'm gonna link below because that video is great. So I thought, this is gonna be easy. But then I learned the grammar. And that's where my head started losing control and just asking myself why I did this. Why did I take on this challenge in my life? I am already old enough to stop learning languages because my brain doesn't really get them like it used to, let's be honest. And so first thing I did is buy the Learn Korean with BTS books because why not? BTS was like the main thing that got me into the K world, so I had to have it. Plus, it's so cute. I mean, look at it, the colors, oh my god. I don't have them with me right now, but I will insert some photos and videos of them because they're so pretty. And you can use like a little pen, and when you put it on the book, then it says something with a speaker on the pen, and it's just so technological. I loved it.
저기 분수가 있어요. 음악 분수지만 노래가 안 나와요.
But then life comes around and you don't have time to do all that, and you just have it there in the corner. It's so sad. So months after that, and not really noticing that I am motivated to keep going because no one's pressuring me for it, I decided to start official Korean language classes at an actual language school. And so I got into a language school here in Germany and I started learning Korean. And it was fun, although all my classmates were way younger than me, and then I just felt a little out of place. Same as I got into a K-pop dancing class and they were all like 14 years old and I was like 25 back in the day. It just didn't make a lot of sense. You could really feel the age gap between us in terms of maturity and topics we talked about. It wasn't ideal, let's just put it that way. But yeah, then so I got new books and I started learning more like diligently, and yeah, I was going well. Then came the time where I traveled to Korea with one of my best friends to visit one of his best friends, who was a lovely Korean girl that showed us around the whole time we were there. She asked for vacations and it was super nice of her, and we love her so much. Shout out to Hye-sung. And we just loved Korea so much that I was like, I have to move here. And I started learning even more passionately. Also, let's be honest, the Talk to Me in Korean books and podcasts and websites, oh my god, how good are they? They literally saved my life as I started learning the language. It was just, I love you, Talk to Me in Korean. Thanks for existing. There should be a Talk to Me in every language available. That would be so amazing. Since I knew about that website, I was like, Duolingo who? Honestly, no comparison. Learning with Talk to Me in Korean and all these other courses and books helped me a lot, and I started getting really deep into the grammar and the logic of the language and how it's so different from all the Western languages that I speak, that my brain was just fried. I couldn't understand anything. And it really demotivated me because I just couldn't get the hang of it. And until this day, I haven't gotten the hang of it, but I want to give it another chance. I just felt like Korean was a very sentimental language and like emotional language where the words you say have a total different meaning depending on the context, the connotation, the way you say it, whatever's happening around you. And that to me is super complicated. The way they use could've, negatives and things like that, it just was complicated to me to understand because they base their language in little endings that you attach to everything and change the whole meaning and the whole situation, and that just confuses me. They also have 2 different numeric systems and I don't know when to use which one, and everything you count has a different name depending on what kind of object it is, if it's a person, if it's an animal, if it's bottles of something, if it's books, if it's just a total different context that I don't get. They don't have articles, like no feminine, masculine, nothing. Everything is just neutral, I guess. The conjugations are mostly at the end, so you kind of have to wait until the end to see what it's being talked about. Similar to German, but in a way more difficult level. Oh, and they don't have plurals, so you kind of have to know if you're talking about one person or 100 because of the context. And all these kind of little things just made my brain explode and I gave up, at least back in the day. But as I said, I really want to keep going with it. It's just that life happens, adulthood happens, responsibilities happen, and it's not the same. It's not the same. Long story short, I discovered there are way more difficult languages to learn than German, which back in the day I thought it couldn't get any worse or more difficult than that. And even Germans themselves say their language is a very difficult one, but compared to Asian languages, which have other letters, abecedaries, conjugations, grammatics, and everything so different from what we know from European languages, it's just a total different logic, and for many people it's just really hard to adjust to and try to make sense of it. So respect to everyone that speaks Korean perfectly, because I found it really hard, and now I've heard that even Japanese and Korean are even harder than Korean, so respect if you speak one of those fluently. The Arabic, which I might have to learn sometime soon, and that is an insider information for those watching this video, and you will soon find out why. It's still top secret though. So yeah, this is the reason why I learned Korean and how I learned it. And now I realize that it's a beautiful, beautiful language, and if I could just learn it and start speaking it like that, I would feel like the cutest, sweetest, most feminine woman ever, and I would feel so cool because I love the way it sounds, I love the way it looks, I love everything Korean, and yeah, I would just love to master it and speak it fluently. Hopefully one day, but until then, let me know in the comments below if you have tried learning Korean or any other language that you thought, what the heck is this? Am I gonna make it? Because to everyone that speaks more than 3 languages, I really admire you. But only those who speak them fluently though, because there's people that claim to say they speak something and they just know like one sentence or a couple words. That's not speaking a language. That's knowing a few words in a certain language just to, you know, surprise people from that country and just be cool, but you don't speak that language. So if you actually speak fluently many languages, I salute you and respect you. So yeah, leave in the comments below what languages you're fluent in or which ones you are starting to learn. Remember that you can follow me on my other socials as well, and subscribe to this channel below. And if you would like to go the extra mile and help my channel, you can always invite me a coffee in the link below. Don't forget to like the video, and if you would like to book a call with me, you can also do so in the link below. And that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!